Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Emily. Today's video is a scrap wood DIY video. These are fall and Halloween inspired projects. And at the end of this video, I do have a little snippet from my fall refresh of my booth. So if you're interested, stay till the end so you can see that. So all of these projects are coming from this stack here. So my sister-in-law gave me this. She had made it a while ago and she was getting rid of it. So all of these wood pieces were held together with just these screws. There wasn't any wood glue. So I was able to remove the backing without damaging any of the pieces. So again, all of these projects are going to be from these pieces of wood. Fence board would also work really well for these projects. I'm not exactly sure what type of wood this is since she gave it to me and I didn't buy it, but it was very similar to fence board. So that would be great. So I'm going to leave all of the measurements for these projects on the screen so that you can pause or you can always come back and refer to them if you want to make something similar. This way I won't also have to try and remember what all of the measurements were, but they will all be up here. For this first project, we're going to be making 3 different sized pumpkins, and my thought for these was that they would be great for your front porch. So I'm doing 3 different sizes, a large, medium, and a small. I'm going to cut them all with the miter saw, and then I'm going to line them up and then figure out how I want them to stand. I had a couple different ideas, but what I ended up settling on was creating a wood base for the pumpkins to lean up against. So that's what I am showing you here. I'm going to measure using the same exact wood. I'm going to measure the width of the pumpkins, and then I'm going to attach it to the back side. So before I can attach that, I need to attach all of these pumpkins. And I'm going to be using wood glue and my pin nailer, and then just thin sheets, thin pieces of scrap wood. This is just like 1/4 inch plywood that my husband had scrap. So that's what I'm using to attach them together. And the wood glue is like a permanent hold, and the pin nails are definitely going to ensure that everything stays in place while the wood glue sets up. So once that is done, now I am ready to attach the base. And I wanted the base to be hidden from the front of the pumpkin instead of placing them like in the middle of this board. I wanted it to be flush with the ground. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just using wood glue, and then I'm going to use clamps to set them in place for, I don't know, maybe like 30-40 minutes or so, just for it to really set up. And then I am going to use pin nails to just, do that extra hold as well. But this wood glue is not going to let it go anywhere. The pieces of wood were already white, but I needed to not only paint the sides, but I wanted to give it a fresh coat, even though I am going to sand it back down to be distressed. So I'm going to paint all of these pumpkins using, this is Bear chalk paint, and the color is, I believe it is Farmhouse White. I really like using this. The quart size is only $20 and you can get it at Home Depot. So it is a great price and it's great for crafting. And then I'm going to be using brown acrylic paint for the stems. I didn't have any brown chalk paint, and the acrylic paint distresses just as well as the chalk paint, at least on wood in my opinion. So I am just going to do that. And then once everything dries, I am going to give it a good distress to my eyes, like how I want it to look. And once that is fully distressed, then I'm going to add some raffia to the top of the stems. And this is done. I also wanted to say before I forget, because I know I did not get any clips of this, I did clear coat, or I sealed all of these pumpkins with the spar urethane, which is good for outside use because again, I wanted these to be for outside. I mean, granted, these could be for inside decor as well, but they look really cute on the front porch. So I hope you guys enjoy this project and let me know. For this project, we're going to do another pumpkin, but it is going to be different. So I'm calling this like a stacked pumpkin or a 3D pumpkin. Again, the measurements are here. They are all the same size. I'm not doing different sizes. In my head, I thought I was at first, which is why I measured all three, but then I realized, no, they're all the same size. So I'm going to cut them all to the same size. And this project is super easy. So what I mean by them being stacked is I am going to have the bottom two are going to be close together, but there is going to be a gap. And then I'm going to place the top one, the third one on top. So it looks 3D or stacked. And again, just like the first project, I'm going to attach everything using wood glue and my pin nailer. And thankfully, I don't have to use any clamps for this one because I'm going to be tacking everything into place with the wood glue. And what's great about this is you don't need a base because it is stacked. It is thick enough for it to stand on its own. So the only other thing that I needed to do was to get a stem, and I just had a scrap piece of wood that I ended up using, and I cut it at an angle and then I attached it to the back side. Again, I'm doing the same thing as the first one with painting it white and distressing it back. You could do any color that you want. I was going definitely for more of the neutral farmhouse look for these, which is why I went with white. But if you wanted to do them any color to match your decor, these are going to be super cute. And I did seal these again with the spar urethane, again, just in case someone wanted it to go outside, but I think this is really cute inside as well. And I also added the raffia to the top. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. For this project, we're going to be doing like Halloween cats. These are my favorite projects from this video, so I hope you guys like this one too. But these are the measurements for the tall and the small cat. They're going to be connected, but I wanted to have varying heights. So once I cut them down, I am going to also be using my jigsaw. So I put a dot in the middle towards the top, and then I drew the two lines so that I can use my jigsaw so that we can make the ears for the cat. And this project is super simple. The jigsaw, I am still learning how to use a jigsaw. It's easy, but it's kind of intimidating for me. I don't know if it's this jigsaw, like it's heavy, and I just have to make sure that I, have it secure. You have to make sure that everything is flush and you're not pushing too hard. And I don't know. So I'm working on the jigsaw, but this one was fairly easy because I just had to do one straight line one way and one straight line the other way. So I get them cut down, and just like the first project, I am going to be um, adding a back piece for support. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. I'm going to put the cats together and attach them on the back side using a thin strip of 1/4 inch plywood with wood glue and pin nails. And then I'm going to add that back support at the very bottom, and I'm going to clamp it and then add the pin nails once it sets up. I am prepping for the Junkin' Pumpkin event. If you have been watching any of my recent videos, you know that is what I am preparing for. And yes, it is a vintage market, but I also like to do some like wood crafts and other crafts that I do like to do. So I decided to make a couple of these. I only made 2 sets of the like the front porch pumpkins, the set of 3. It's middle of October, and I feel like at this point, a lot of people already have their fall decor out for the most part, but I do want to make a couple more of these cats. So you have to let me know what you guys think of this one. This one is my favorite, but I'm just going to be painting them black. Also using the Behr chalk paint. And this is just like the classic black color that they have on the shelf at Home Depot. So I'm going to give it just a very light distress. I am going to clear coat it again with the spar urethane in case anyone wants to keep it outside on their front porch. And then I am going to be using this white chalk pen to add the eyes. I stared at it for a little while to figure out how I wanted to do the eyes. This is how I ended up doing it. There's lots of different ways that you could draw the eyes. So this is what I went with. And then for the whiskers, I actually had these raffia bows that I got from Hobby Lobby last year. I'm pretty sure they still have them, but I just used them for the whiskers because it has a cute little button in the middle, so it looks like the nose. And for the bow portion of the raffia, I did cut it so that it looked more whisker-like than like a bow. And that was it for this one. So you guys are definitely going to have to let me know, and stay tuned because up next is the fall refresh of my booth. For this fall refresh of my booth, I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed. I brought a lot of stuff, and first, what I had to do was remove everything that wasn't really fall, that screamed summer or spring. I wanted to make sure I grabbed all of those items from my booth. So I did that, and then I started to add the fall pieces that I brought with me. I did not get a lot of footage here because it ended up being pretty packed in there. I went on a Friday morning when they opened, and since it was a Friday, there were a lot of people that were shopping actually. So I did not get a lot, but I do just want to say that in a couple weeks from now will be the Junkin' Pumpkin event. So some of these items that I have in my booth, I am going to bring to the event with me, and I am going to be recording that event. I'm going to do a little bit of how I prepare for these types of events, how I price things, kind of my mentality of getting ready for an event like this. And then I'm going to take you with me that day so you can see, how everything is set up. And hopefully I'll be able to walk around a little bit if I can have someone come and hang out with me. Usually I do these events by myself. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know your favorite in the comments or what you think of my booth space. Since I recorded this, a lot of things have sold. My curio cabinet has sold. I'm currently working on another furniture flip right now. A bunch of other smalls have sold. All of my little ghosts that I put in there, they have sold. So I need to find some more so I can make some more because they've all sold. Just a bunch of random other fall items have sold, and I need to restock my booth. But as you know, I'm also prepping for this event. So I'm kind of in like a catch-22 on what do I want to bring down to my booth space and what do I want to hold until the event. Yes, I can always pull stuff from my booth, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next video. If you did like this video and you're looking forward to more, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing. And like I said, I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.